So I don't actually know if anybody's going to be interested in this video, but I figured I'm about to head to NAB, literally got to get a flight in like an hour. So I thought I would share my vlogging kit if I was to go on a little traveling trip. So I've tried to keep it pretty minimal here. There's not a whole lot of stuff because I don't really want to get bogged down while I'm walking around, and I don't feel like I need a whole lot. So sometimes it's nice to just keep it simple, and that's what we're going to do. First off, let's talk about the camera. We're going for a relatively obvious choice here, and that is the Sony FX30. I think out of all of the cameras that I own, it's the most reliable. It's just solid. It's built like a tank. It does really well. It'll never overheat. Battery life's good. Image quality is great. All that kind of stuff. It just does really well, and I think it is a great option. Now for lenses, when you're vlogging, you're going to want something relatively wide, and this is a new lens that I've been testing out recently. Actually, I picked this up for real estate photography and videography, to see if this would be a good option for like budget real estate. It is the Tokina 11-18. Now Tokina is probably not quite as well known of a company, but they've been making lenses for forever. I think they're based in Japan. And this 11-18mm f2.8 lens comes in at basically half the price of all of the other competition. The Sigma 10-18, the Tamron 11-20, and then like the Sony, I think it's 10-20 or something like that. This comes in at like half the price. I got this for $350 for a wide angle, relatively fast aperture zoom lens. I think it's pretty good. Couple of downsides just to get out of the way real quick. There's no image stabilization. You're probably not going to get that for that kind of price point. And there's no weather sealing. One of the other things is that the focus ring on here is incredibly easy to turn, which I just find that I keep bumping it a little bit and not realizing that I could get wider or I could get more zoomed in depending on how it is that I was wanting to film. Other than that, I'm very impressed. Distortion and everything is very well controlled. It just seems like a decent lens, especially for the price. And I think especially on a camera like the FX30, it fits pretty well. Now, obviously, this is it with the lens hood on. It's a decent size. It's pretty small, I think, for what it is, and it does a good job. Obviously, if I'm vlogging and I'm trying to get some other people in the shot, like if I'm meeting up with a few other YouTubers here in the next couple of days, it's nice to be able to get as wide as 11mm, meaning that I can get multiple people in the frame. So I think for a budget wide-angle zoom lens, this is going to be pretty great. Now to get that extra little bit of reach and just a little bit more versatility, I am going to bring this. I really don't know if I'm actually going to use it, but this is a switch pod. Okay, if you've never seen this before, it is a little sort of vlogging handle, so you can hold it like this and vlog. It gives you that little extra reach with your camera to give you an even wider shot than you would get if you were just hand holding it. But also it does fold out to become a little tripod, and you can just set it on a table or on a desk or wherever, and I could point it at myself and film that way if I wanted to. I have a little ball head on top here with an Arca Swiss plate, and on the camera I have the Arca Swiss plate on the bottom of the cage, the small rig cage for the FX30. So this slots on here super easily and locked into place, and I'm good to go. I think it works pretty well. Next, let's talk a little bit about audio. I'm going to bring this. This is relatively new to me and I haven't had much of a chance to give it a go yet, but it is the new Hollyland M2S, and it's, again, just a little wireless kit. But the thing I like about this is just how small these little mics are. I mean, look just at how teeny tiny this is. That little front part is all that I'm going to be using. The other big part goes under your shirt, so it kind of acts like a little lapel and sits like that. See how minimal that is compared to a lot of other sort of wireless kits, especially like the DJI ones, which are just massive. I love how small and compact this is, but it is pretty simple. The receiver goes onto the camera, just like this, and then it has two transmitters in the kit. So I've got two transmitters, so if I wanted to mic up somebody else, I can, and it comes with this nice little charging case, which is very small, very compact, so I can charge this up, and I'm probably good to go for the couple of days. And it just charges over USB-C, which is great. Now, if you're curious as to what that looks and sounds like, this is what the audio from the M2S like into the camera, and you're seeing me now at 11mm holding the camera. Now if I move you to the switch pod, I can get you all the way to out here, so if I was wanting to talk with other people, I've got so much space, which is great. And if I really wanted to, for some reason, I could even zoom in and do stuff like that. I think it looks pretty good and sounds pretty good. Let me know what you think. Now I'm also going to bring this. This is kind of like a bit of a backup if I'm doing any interviews. I'm really hoping to get to chat with some people over at Blackmagic, and I think Hollyland are also wanting to chat for a little while. So if I find any products that I'd really like to get some more answers on, I'm going to use this as my sort of interview mic. This is the Comica VM40. The nice thing about this is that it is a microphone and recorder all built into one. So you don't need to send this anywhere. This has a built-in recording, and it's got 32-bit float, which at NAB, it's going to be incredibly loud and really sort of, there's a lot going on, so it's going to be nice to have that 32-bit float so that I can sort of try and recover the audio if I have any issues. So this is just going to be my little sort of interview mic as a bit more of a safety track backup if I end up not using the Hollylands quite as much. So this is just more as a just in case. But also it works cool as a little sort of interview mic. And then lastly, a couple of little extras that are always important to bring along. Spare batteries. I'm enjoying these little ones here. These are by Power Extra, and they have a little USB port right on the end here, which means that I can just charge the battery without having to bring a whole block. I can just bring a USB-C cable, which everything gets charged over USB-C. So I just love having a couple of those spare. And then lastly, our SD cards. This is a little SD card case by PGY Tech. You've probably seen this before. It's an SD card carrier, but it also has a built-in SD card reader, so I can basically just plug this straight into my laptop at the end of the day, and I can dump all of my footage from the end of each day and back it up onto another hard drive. You always want to back up your footage. I've got a horror story about a time that I didn't back up my footage and it cost me greatly. So if you want to know about that, let me know in the comments down below. But just bringing a little Samsung T5 or T7 is always just super handy. And that's it. Pretty minimal stuff. I'm really trying not to bring a whole lot, but another reason I want to make this video is because I want to know what it is that you guys want me to check out. If you have any questions about any new products or things that are being released, I've already got a video about the Blackmagic, so I've got plenty of stuff that I'm going to be talking to them about. But if you have any other questions about any other products you'd like me to check out, leave those in the comments down below, and I'd love to check those out over the next couple of days. I thank you all for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, hit the like button, drop a comment, or maybe even subscribe as we continue to build this channel. I appreciate all of you for doing so, and I hope that you have a wonderful day.